Hey everyone, Laura Cameron-Stedman here. Here's what I know for sure. I always clap when I start a video. That's gotta stop. Here's what I know for sure. Oh, let's take these off too. I don't need those. You can change your life. I went through a period just recently, or even, not so recently, where I was doubting. But here's a good trick, and here's a way to help you to believe that what you want is on its way. Look at what you have. And I'm not talking about gratitude in general, which is great, but I want you to think about it like this. If you are not specific about what you want, and if you don't believe what you want is coming, or you don't have faith in it, the stuff's coming, but you've created a bottleneck to keep it from, that keeps it from you. But it's still trying to come through. So it'll come in little dribs and drabs. Now, what you need to do is actually focus on those dribs and drabs as proof that stuff is coming through to you. Now, what you're going to say is this. I already know because I did the same thing. Well, it's not exactly what I want. Right. If you're not completely specific about what you want, you're going to get not specific things. So let's say, for example, a relationship. If you are wanting a relationship and you make a list and you do all that stuff that says everything that you want, or if you don't, or if you just say, I want a relationship. Here, this is better. We'll go from that angle. If you say, I want a relationship, and it doesn't show up, we have this thing in our heads where it's like, well, the universe should know, or whatever, should know exactly what we want, and so should send that to them. But if you don't know what it is, how do they know, right? How do you expect things to come if you don't know what you want? You have to know. It has to be specific. Now, even if you are specific and you write a big old list and you're like very specific about what you want, if you don't believe that it's coming, then it doesn't, it's going to be hard to come through as well. So what happens is this. It comes, but it just doesn't come in the form that you want sometimes. So if you're not specific about what you want, or if you don't believe that it can come, things are going to come, but they're just not going to be exactly the way you wanted. For example, if you're talking about a relationship, if you have a specific type of relationship that you want, or a specific guy or a specific girl, whatever it is, and you it's not coming, but other things are coming, let's just assume that I'll just use guy and girl for this example. Please don't take that as this is just for example, because this is my situation, so I'm just going to use that. But whatever that partner looks like for you, great. For example's sake, though, if it was me, I have a great partner, I have a great husband, he's awesome, and I wrote a list, but I didn't believe that it could happen, so it took a long time, but I could have been I dated quite a bit before I met him, and I look really sad, I dated a lot before I met him, but the universe, if you take that, if you go, okay, well, you actually were, you did actually date, you had people coming, you had guys coming, we were sending you people, but it just wasn't, you weren't letting the person come to you. You weren't letting, you didn't believe that it was possible. You didn't believe that that person existed. You didn't believe any of that stuff. So, but you still wanted that relationship. So we were, you were getting relationships. You were getting, guys coming into your life. If you take things like that as proof that it's working, it's just you needing to tweak what's happening. So you're like, it's like you've gone to the restaurant and ordered and just said, just bring me whatever, and they brought you whatever, and you're like, but I don't want this, I want something spicy. So they took the hamburger back and they brought you something spicy, and you were like, but I wanted it spicy, but I didn't want, I didn't want pasta, and so I wanted, I don't know, anyways, paella. So they went and they took it away, and they brought, and you're like, you're tweaking. You're tweaking the whole time. And the things that come to you, are allowing you to tweak. They're allowing you to say, oh, actually, I don't like that thing, so let's change. So we're going to add to the list. We're going to make it more specific. That's all that is. It's just your rudder going, oh, actually, I didn't want that. I wanted a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. And then this is your rudder. It's going till it finally gets to the point that you want it to get to. So if you are actually really specific and you really knew, based on a feeling, how do you want to feel? That's the best way to do it. How do you want to feel? How do you get to that feeling? So if you're doing it like that, that makes it work much quicker. And if you believe, you just expect that it's going to happen. Just expect that it's going to happen. But if you don't, use those things that are coming to you as proof that it works. So you can believe that it is actually happening. That's great. So write down those things. Write down the things that are actually coming to you and look at it and say, okay, well, I can see that I am actually getting things. I'm just not believing in the specific thing that I want. But things are coming. Oh my God, things are coming. So it's working. I am getting stuff. I just have to believe that the stuff that I really want is coming. But if other stuff is coming, it's much easier to believe that the stuff you want's coming too. Which is fantastic. That's just really, really great. So, and also believing you're worthy of having those things. I hate the word worth. Like, I don't know, I've said it lots of times before, but I hate the word worth. I think it makes you feel like somebody could pay for you, which is kind of silly. But just believe that you know, yeah, those things can come to you. And that's really, really exciting. So if you are, and the reason that I was really excited about this, because I figured this out the other day, I looked at my own life, because I was having doubts about this, and I looked at my own life and I was like, oh my God, it's just that things have come to me in different ways, but I have gotten pretty much everything I want. Like, I have the relationship that is amazing, and I mean, one of the things I always wanted was to live, have a house with a view of the water, which I have. It's a rented apartment, and I live in Sydney, Australia, and I have a view of the water, which is fantastic. But I mean, things like I want, money and all that stuff coming. Well, I actually, my apartment is worth a lot, and we are just buying our, we're investing in property, so we actually do have, like, I've gotten everything. It hasn't shown up as money in the bank because I don't have, and this is stuff that I'm working on, and I don't have those, I gotta work on that belief that it shows up. I mean, I do have money in the bank, but just not as much as I want, right? So I have to work on that belief and becoming a vibrational match to that, to the person who has that in the bank, the person who has whatever they want. So that's something that we work on when we work together. And I use acting, and I have an acting degree, and I'm an NLP practitioner, but more so studying mindset. And it's because of where I've come from. All my limiting beliefs have come from a space where it was, the belief was that I would never get past a certain point in my life. And the point was very low. Let's just say that. Very, 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 very low. But I've already passed that by a landslide. So I have to, by a landslide, that doesn't even make, anyways, I've already surpassed those limitations that were put on me, that I felt that were in my mindset, I've surpassed them already. But I still have to work. I still have work to do. I still have limiting beliefs in there. I still have work. But start with this. Start with going, what have I always wanted? What did I write down? What did I put on my vision board? What are the things that I've always wanted? And then look for proof that they've come, but just not in the exact way that you wanted them to come or that you expected them to come. And you may be very surprised at what you find. And I'm not talking about if it was a relationship. If anything has come, it's come. It's just come in a different way than you wanted it. And if any money has come, any money that you find on the ground, any money that you have gotten through different ways, or just your paycheck, you are getting money. It is coming. And when you do get that, gratitude for me is not about going, I'm grateful for everything I have. I use it as a way to prove that this stuff works. I use it. I go, yeah, I got paid. I am getting money. I've asked for money, I got money. So the way that I'm doing it is not necessarily the way that I want it, but it is coming. So it's just about tweaking that stuff. But just the belief that that it actually is happening, that it actually things are happening, the 10 cents you found on the ground, money's coming. Use that to build up your belief muscle. Use that as proof that it's actually, things are coming to you. Do it. It's so good. Anyway, my name is Laura Cameron-Stedman. You can find me on lauracameronstedman.com. I help people work through these things, increase your belief, increase your vibrational match with the things that you want, and work on mindset issues that stop those things from coming. So we can clear all the crap out so all the good stuff can come. That is what I help you with. So I will see you soon, and have a fantastic day. See ya!